This week, the Justice Department reached a settlement with the victims of Larry Nassar. It will pay more than $138 million to more than 100 people who accused the FBI of mishandling allegations against Nassar. This was during a 2-year period when the sports doctor continued to prey on victims before his arrest. Rachael Denhollander was the first woman to publicly accuse him of sexual abuse. She was in Grand Rapids today, speaking with the YWCA's Arise Luncheon. 1390 Side's Elena Holland sat down with Rachael to talk about what work still needs to be done to advocate for abuse survivors.
Being able to do something about the culture of abuse that we live in is so much better than not being able to do anything at all.
Rachael Denhollander, an attorney, former gymnast, and vocal advocate for survivors of sexual abuse. She was the first person to speak out in public against former USA Gymnastics team doctor Larry Nassar.
It does change you forever.
Hundreds of women came forward after Denhollander, even many Olympic medalists, accusing Nassar of abuse. Nassar was sentenced to up to 175 years in prison in 2018.
Larry was one abuser, and the reality is that there are abusers in every community. Sexual abuse and domestic violence crosses every socioeconomic barrier.
Now Denhollander is a voice for change at a community level and among safety and government agencies that continue to enable abusers.
We have a lot of hard conversations that we need to be having as a community.
She says that begins with taking stock.
You prioritize what you care about. And we do not prioritize the safety of women and children as a society. We don't prioritize combating rape myths. We don't prioritize the necessary changes to our justice system. We don't prioritize pushing back on rape culture. Why don't we do that? Because we don't actually care. And we really have to start talking about that core issue. Why don't we care? And what are the ideologies that are driving us to not care if we're going to start changing the actions?
While Denhollander uses her voice as an agent for change, she knows the challenge it is for many survivors to begin speaking up about their abuse.
Every survivor I've walked with is willing to speak up. They want the help. They want the freedom. Right? They want to be able to stop their abuser. The reality is that they don't have the support to speak up. And so the much better question is, what do we need to be changing as a community, as a society, to creating situations and circumstances where survivors are safe to speak up?
The U.S. Department of Justice agreed to a settlement this week, paying nearly $140 million to more than 100 of Nassar's survivors. They accuse the DOJ mishandled allegations against him in 2015.
Before I came forward, there were 5 law enforcement offices or agencies that failed to investigate direct reports of Larry's abuse.
In the time after the accusations and his arrest, Nassar abused 40 more athletes. Denhollander, while not among those getting a payout, called the settlement an incredible statement on many levels, but the work is not done.
One of the things that we haven't heard is we haven't heard an apology from the individuals directly involved. We haven't heard a lot of the details about what the non-monetary reform is going to be, what changes are coming to law enforcement. And we have to start having the very hard conversation about how we hold government actors accountable for failures.
And Elena, Rachael spoke about needing to have those tough conversations to create a change in the narrative surrounding sexual abuse. But what are some ways survivors can get that help now?
Well, Lauren, the YWCA is a great resource for anyone dealing with domestic, child, or sexual abuse, or if you're looking for a safe place to live. You can reach out anytime for help. That number is on your screen now, and we have more ways to connect in this story on our website. And also, Rachael was incredible to talk to today, and I couldn't put all of that in that story, so you can also find her full interview on our website as well.
Elena, thank you.